Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 14 books I read in March. Yeah, and if you see me looking down at all, I have my notepad here with all my ratings and what order I read these books in, because I tend to forget these things. The first book I read this month was Imagine Me by Imagine Me, and you can see the author's name. I'm not good at pronouncing. I apologize. So this was the last full book in the Shadow Me series, which I buddy read with my cousin Liz this month. And this one was probably my least favorite of the series. My least favorite in the long books. Some of the novellas I liked less than this, but this just is wrapping up the series. I rated it 4.25 stars because obviously I love this series, but yes, it was my least favorite. I found it quite boring at times, but yeah, 4.25 stars. Then next I read Right Where They Belong by Chantel Dio. I got this signed. I went to my first ever book signing and got my first ever book. It's my first ever book that I own that is signed. So that is really cool. You should go check out this book because it is exceptional. I rate it 4.75 stars. This book follows Marcus and Corinne, and Corinne moves around all over the place. Like once a year she will choose a new place and she'll go live there for a year or so. And so she moves to this small town in Ohio, which I'm from Ohio, so it's very cool to read about where these people are going in places I've been to in Ohio. So Marcus sees Corinne and he's like, she is gorgeous, I want to date her. So it's basically him and her trying to find their way together. And there's going to be a second book out this fall. Not What They Expected is her working title. So I don't know if that's what it's going to be, but yes, pick up this book. It's only $11 on Amazon. It is great. 4.75 stars. And next I read Believe Me by Terry Maffey, I want to say. I don't know. But anyway, this is the last little short novella book in the Shadow Me series. This was cute. I rated it 4 stars, so I just found it extremely boring the entire time. I'm like, is this ever going to end? And it's only 100-ish pages. But again, very cute. And it wrapped up the series. But there is another book coming out soon, a couple days. And I'm excited to read that. I think it's like in the series, but it's like kind of on a new character. Anyway, next we read Perks of Being a Wallflower because I did a 7 books in 7 days challenge and I needed short books. So go watch that after this video. But so we got Perks of Being a Wallflower. I rated this 4.5 stars. It's like a diary from our main character Charlie, and this is a very sad book. I hate to say it, but I kind of relate to the main character Charlie. I really like him. He's very like me, kind of. Yeah, very good book. I recommend it. It was quite sad. I didn't cry though. It wasn't sad enough for me to cry, but I could see why some people would. Very good. And next I read This Song Is Not For You by Laura Nowling, which is one of my favorite, I wouldn't say favorite authors, but I really liked those 2 books by her. Very sad, made me sob my eyeballs out, both of them. And this one I bought, I'm like, this is going to be good. This is by Laura Nowling. It's going to be sad, it's going to be great. It's in 3 point of views. It follows Ramona, Sam, and Tom. I think that's right. Yes. So, Sam and Ramona are best friends. Sam is in love with Ramona. Ramona's in love with Sam. They don't know it. And then Tom comes along, and Ramona likes Tom. It's just like, it kept me entertained the whole time. I was very entertained the entire time. It's just like the story was kind of trash. They're all in a band together. It's like a music-focused book. It was short. It wasn't bad. Kept me entertained. Lots of spacing, short chapters. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. 4 stars. As I said, I rate on enjoyment, not on story. So 4 stars. Haven't thought about it once after I finished it. Then I read Followers by Anna Davies. Yeah. And this is a mystery. It says point horror on the spine, but I don't think it's horror. I've read worse. I've read worse mysteries. So yeah, I'd say this was like a mystery thriller. This follows Brianna, and Brianna has recently started going to this boarding school because she wants to be an actor, and this is a drama boarding school. So she goes back to this school after winter break, and her drama teacher drops dead. And then tons of other people start dropping dead in the theater. And so she's kind of trying to solve who's doing this. And she also has a Twitter account. And like, I don't know. It was so freaking good. The first half of the book, like the first 100 or so pages, it was so good. I could not put it down. And then it stopped being good. It fell flat the last 100 pages. I'm like, excuse me? They're like, oh yeah, this is the person who did it. And that was the end. I'm like, no explanation. But I was like, this is going to be my new favorite book. I swear to God, this was so good. And then it wasn't. So 4 stars. Because, I mean, I was like, this is the best book I ever read. And then I read Technically You Started It, which is all text messages. And this follows Haley and Martin. And Martin has a cousin that is also named Martin, and they have the same exact name. And Haley dislikes one of the Martins and likes the other Martin, but she doesn't know who she's texting. Like, he texts her one day and is like, did you pick this answer on the test today? She's like, she says. And then they just start talking back and forth. And, like, kind of a romance starts sparkling. Like, she doesn't know which one she's talking to, which is kind of cool, I guess. I just wish there would have been some interactions that were not text messages, because I would have liked to see that, but there wasn't. But it was good. It went by pretty fast. So 4 stars. I feel like all my books were 4 stars that week. Then I was getting behind on my challenge, so I read Magic Tree House #1, Dinosaurs Before Dark. 68 pages of barely any words and pictures. This brought me back to my childhood. This was like core. I loved the series. I rated this 4 stars. It basically follows Jack and Annie, and they find this tree house by their house, and they end up going in it, and then they open a book, and they're like, I wish I could go there. And what happens? The treehouse spins, and they go there. So it's basically that. It's very good. 4 stars for that one. And then I read Go as a River by Shelley Reed, and this was my book club book for my independent bookstores book club this month. So this follows Victoria, and Victoria is like 16, 17, and she meets this guy on the street, and instantly they like each other. But this is set in 1945, I believe, 1945, and he is Indian, and people did not want them in their town because he was Indian. So it's a very, very emotional, sad book. I actually really liked it. It's a historical fiction. Usually I do not like historical fiction or the books that are chosen in this book club because they're all like historical fiction set on the farm, which this was set on a peach farm, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was slow for a little bit, but then it picked up and I liked it. So this was 4.25 stars. Very sad. We just discussed it the other day at book club. So Go as a River. And next I read Magic Tree House #2, The Night at Dawn, because I was still behind on my challenge. Also, I think I switched up the order. Go as a River I read after this one. So yeah, this just same plot as the first one. They go to a different place. Yeah, 4 stars again. Next, I read Betting on You by Lynn Painter. This was a reread, the only reread of the month. I buddy read this with my cousin Liz. I really wanted to read it. She has not really liked Lynn Painter's books. And Lynn Painter's my favorite author. But she is 22 and has read a ton more books than me, so she has a lot more to compare books to when she reads them. So she's very picky. But, so yeah, I think she rated this 3 stars. Obviously, I rated it 5 stars. Annotated it. You want to see? This isn't a good angle, but there's tons of highlights and stuff. It's so fun to annotate. But yeah, so this is, I think, my second favorite Lynn Painter book. Like, better than movies, better Betting on You, and then The Do-Over. But I don't know, The Do-Over and Betting on You kind of are tied, I guess. Nothing Like the Movies is in there somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, so this follows Charlie and Bailey. It's dual point of view. They meet when they're 14 on a airplane. Both their parents are divorced, so they have to like fly on airplanes to see each other. So they end up having to sit on this plane together, and Charlie is an arrogant jerkwad, and he just keeps annoying Bailey. And then they end up meeting a year later, and it just follows that. Like, they have to fake date at some point. They're basically trying to get at Bailey's mom's boyfriend, try and break them up because she does not like her mom's boyfriend. So it's basically following that. Loved. I giggled and kicked my feet out loud and smiled. Lynn Painter's books do something to me. Like, they make me react out loud so much. I don't know. Read this book. Read Lynn Painter's books, please. But yeah. 5 stars. Again. Then I read The Art Thieves, which was my library book club book, which I have already returned. So, this is a time travel book. Yeah, this follows Stevie, and Stevie has, she works at this art museum, and she meets this guy, what's his name? I don't remember his name either. So, she meets this guy, and, he keeps coming to the art museum. They start hanging out and stuff. They really like each other, and then he tells her he is a time traveler, and bad stuff is gonna happen. And yeah, it was alright. It wasn't my favorite. 3.75 stars. Talked about some stuff that I don't agree with. So I guess that kind of took down on the rating, and it was quite boring. Quite boring most of the time. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but yeah, it was good at some parts, bad at others. Then I read While We're Young, which is an arc I got on my phone, which it's out now. Like, I got the arc before it was out, and then I started reading it once it was out. So you can go pick this book up. I think you can only get it with sprayed edges, and the sprayed edges are so cute. I saw it at the bookstore. So this is based on Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's basically, if you haven't seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'll give you a quick little synopsis. But this is in 4 different point of views. It's in Grace's point of view, Isa's point of view, Everett's point of view, and James's point of view. So Grace pretends to be sick, and her parents believe it. And so she stays home from school. Then she has her friend Isa come and get her, and they go get then they go sneak Everett out of school. And they go on this skip day, and they go to all these places and have the time of their lives, and they try not to get caught. That's basically the thing. And James is Grace's brother, and he suspects something's up. And did I mention there's a romance plot in this? So Isa likes Grace's brother James, but they haven't told Grace yet. And Grace likes Isa's ex Everett, but they haven't told him yet. So it's basically following that. It was amazing. It was so good. I read it really fast too. Yeah, 4.75 stars. I thought it was gonna be 5 stars for the whole book, but then the last like 50, 100 pages kind of weren't as good, but 4.75 stars is a really good rating. It was a exceptional book. Go get this. You can get a special edition sprayed edges for only $14, I think, which is insane. So, yeah, great book. And last but not least, we have My Life with the Walter Boys, which is my favorite read of the entire month. This book. Wow. So, this book follows Jackie, and Jackie, her whole family got killed in a car accident. She was home with the flu, and they went out, and they didn't come back. So, she's dealing with this horrible, horrible grief, and she goes, her mom's best friend, Catherine, comes and gets her and takes her to live with Catherine's family, the Walters. So, Jackie goes there not knowing that Catherine has 12 children, 11 of them being boys. Now, this is an extremely, extremely sad book. So, very grief heavy. There's romance. It's kind of like love triangle-esque romance. I read this in 2.5 days. I read 300 pages in one day because I could not put this down. It is so good. And I'm reading the second book right now, which is going to come out on April 15th. I got that as an ARC. It's My Return to the Walter Boys. That's very good so far. This book kind of put me in a reading slump because, like, what do I do now that it's over? Like, I know, okay, so it's basically kind of like a farm version of The Summer I Turned Pretty, but 1,000 times better. I love The Summer I Turned Pretty. The show, the books, amazing. This gives off kind of the same vibes, but 100 times better. 1,000 times better. Oh my lord, this book's good. Please read it. Please read it. Please read it. If you're not like a romance reader, I feel like you'd like this. Because it's not solely based on romance, but there is romance in it. It's so good. Okay, 5 stars. 5 stars. 6 stars, if it could be. So yeah, forgot to do the stats at the start of the video, so we're going to do them now. So I read 14 books, 7 romance, 5 fantasy, 1 historical fiction, 1 fiction, 1 mystery, and 1 ARC. So, quite a few books. 14. Yeah, so that is all for today's video. If you'd like to see my April TBR, I just released it. Go watch it. That's my first time ever using a TBR jar. It was so fun, and I got some really good reads. I'm hoping to get through them all, but yeah, stay tuned for my April wrap-up video, and you'll see what I read. See what I thought of the next My Life with the Walter Boys book. But yeah, that's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. But yeah, my nose is hurting. Anyway, and did you just hear the FedEx truck go by? And what's her name? I can't remember the main character's name, but the main character, oh, it's Stevie. Her name is Stevie.